What would be the worst thing to hear as you are going under anesthesia before heart surgery? We're doing the left, right. Not before, but during. My mom was having some major surgery done on her knee, I think. The sleeping gas petered out, and she woke up, but still wasn't feeling pain. She heard them hammering and drilling with power tools, and looked up to see what was going on. A nurse noticed her, slammed her head down, before she could see, and told her, "Don't look." Okay, that's enough anesthesia. He is definitely out now and completely unconscious. Time to start the drilling. When I was 8, my appendix burst, and they had to do an emergency operation. As my brother was supposed to be giving me a hug and saying "see you," after he instead said sometimes people wake up in surgery and can feel everything but not move. Not exactly the same, but it's funny. When I had my sinus surgery, I remember them wheeling me back and going over everything that was about to happen. However, I was unaware that when they do surgery on your face, upper body at least, they strap your arms down. Which definitely seems obvious to me now, because definitely no one wants a flailing arm knocking the doctor while he's performing surgery on your face. But they didn't mention it, so I didn't think about it. So we get back to the surgery room, they put the mask on me and tell me to start counting. While I was counting, they proceeded to strap my arms down in multiple places, which makes me panic. I stop counting and go, "Wait, guys, can we talk about this?" That's the last thing I remember before going under. Then I woke up in recovery, and everyone thought it was hilarious. That was the last thing I said before I was out. I had to get a bone spur removal when I was 13. My anesthesiologist looked at my chart and said, "Sweet 16, you have a car yet?" At least he was better with dosage math than age math, because I'm not dead. *ACTUALLY happened to me story. Had surgery at Walter Reed Army Medical Center while I was in the service. Right shoulder, they were prepping me beforehand, and I was in a bed sitting up with my shirt off. On my shoulder, they drew a large R with a circle around it in purple marker, and then had me sign my name underneath it, so they did the correct one. Then they gave me something to start putting me under. It took a few minutes and I started feeling pretty drowsy. Next, a nurse came in and inserted and taped down an 4th line in my right forearm and told me they were giving me whatever was going to knock me all the way out. Then they started cleaning my left shoulder with iodine, and the last thing I heard as I was going out was, "You're doing the wrong one." Found out later that a lot of the people involved with the surgery were still in training. Now, let's see if I can still make a straight line. When I was 9, I almost lost my right toe in a bicycle accident. My mom carried me to the family car and drove me to the hospital. Before I underwent surgery, the doctor said, "If this doesn't work, we might have to cut your foot off to avoid a staph infection." Thank God the surgery was successful. Okay, pull up the WikiHow article. Hi everybody. This one's going to be tasty. Thankfully my malpractice insurance is up to date. That last Jack and Coke was a bit. When I was being prepped for surgery, the nurses were joking with the anesthesiologist about the work Christmas party the night before. I asked whether I should be worried. They said the surgeon was wearing a hula girl outfit and dancing on the table. They swore me to secrecy. I don't specifically recall, but the nurses told me when the surgeon turned up, I said to him, "I hear you have a nice pair of coconuts," before I passed out. It was the 90s. Life was simpler then. The last thing I heard going under for a minor eye surgery was BEE, and a bunch of people rushing around. The first thing I remember after waking up was a very worried looking anesthesiologist asking me if I'd ever been tested for apnea. No, and around 70 events per hour on the resulting sleep study. ***T I knew I forgot something this morning. What'll is it, doctor? My anti-seizure meds? I'm sure it'll be fine. If something goes wrong, let's not get the law involved. One hand washes the other, okay? Surgeon 1, is he out yet? Surgeon 2, no. Surgeon 1, it will be fine. True story. Got my skull drilled to get out teeth. I did not think it was fine. I can't wait to see what we've got going on under that gown. *HER acetate being inserted into a VCR*. Hi there. Welcome to the first video in the So This Is Your First Surgery series. Today, we learn about open heart surgery. Alright Sanchez. But this is the last time I fake a death for your organ harvesting business. Doctor, is this the circumcision or the testicle removal? Nurse, I thought it was the appendectomy. Narrator, it was a root canal. I was just in the ED with an epically broken wrist and elbow. They knocked me out with ketamine to reset my bones. Yes, Special K. They said I may have some real vivid dreams. Aka, you'll be tripping your balls off. Right before I go out, the doc says, try to think happy thoughts. The last coherent thing that went through my brain was, wait, what? What'll happen if I can't conjure up any happy thou? Hello, terribly horrific, otherworldly, demonic, terrifying trip. What'll the hell is that? Funny story. There is a comic in Australia by the name of Michael Hing. Basically his dad is one of the leading eye doctors in the country. Anyway, one day his dad is catching a train home after a long shift, and he gets confronted by two youths. They calls him some racist ***T before telling him to give up his wallet or they would stab him. He tells them to think about their decision. One of them makes an effort to attack him, and he in turn open palm strikes him in the face, basically destroying his eye socket. The other guy bolts at the next stop, leaving his friends on the train. They are all removed, and the police come take his statement and they take the kid off to hospital, while he gets a ride home by the police. After having a shower, he gets a phone call from work saying they need him to come back in. He takes his car this time and drives in. When he gets there, he sees the chart and goes, I heard that name before. He goes near the window of the door and sees it's the kid who tried to rob him. He masks up and get the nurses to prep him, but just as the kid is about to go under, he asks the nurse staff to leave, and he starts to gas the guy, and just before he goes out he pulls off his mask and says, remember me? I drank too much. I can't stop my hands from shaking. You got the lubricant? And the alcohol? No joke, this happened to my friend. He was getting surgery on his leg, amputation. I laughed so hard when he told this absolutely godly story. A nurse? Is this not the assisted suicide procedure for Mr. Oh no. For me, during past surgeries, I think the worst thing to hear is falling asleep. Anesthesia makes your hearing distorted, so when I had surgeries growing up, that was the worst to hear. We're losing him/her. Siri, how to save a person's life. Doctor, will you need the bone saw for this operation? The nurse to the orthopedic surgeon. Just as I was being put under, I had enough awareness to look over at the doc, who was facing my x-ray, and after the nurse asked the question, the doc bowed his head, took a deep breath and shook it. His frustration with the nurse was palpable. And then, good night me. I didn't even get a chance to say anything. And it was a minor day surgery to clean up some issues on my knee. First thing I did when I woke up was feel for my leg. Thank goodness it was there. Okay Dave, just stay calm. Everything will be alright. As I was laying down waiting to be put under, a doctor walks into the bright white room and asks, so what are we doing today? The doctors all just looked to me expecting a laugh, but instead heard my nervous silence, not realizing it was a joke, to try to lighten the mood. I was getting a hemorrhoidectomy, an anal fissurectomy, and a sphincterotomy. You try laughing knowing knives are about to be in your butthole document. Yeah, reckon this'll work. I mean, seriously work. Make sure to like and subscribe for more daily content. Thanks for watching.